Hello, manga and anime lovers. I'm Branch, and today I'm going to be talking about the final episode of Too Many Losing Heroines, episode 12. Man, this series was so good. This is definitely, so far at least, my anime of the year. And I'll talk about the series as a whole in a bit, but first I just want to get the episode out of the way because, like I suspected, it was a fun, lighthearted, slice-of-life episode where they went around trying to create a profile for Anna's fake boyfriend. Instead of having, the white-haired guy stand in, she's having Nukumizu stand in as like a faceless person. And they all get together and travel to a whole bunch of locations to take pictures and I think videos and all kinds of stuff. And it's just a good fun time, lots of comedy. Anna's childhood friends absolutely going at it at the park, I think? Unbelievable. There was no reason for them to do that. They didn't have to. And then, of course, ending with a nice heartfelt moment of Anna and Nukumizu on the Ferris wheel, and then talking about just like random stuff. Nothing super important, although it does ignite my heart that maybe the Anna ship is real. At least it seems that way anyways. But then again, this is an anime original episode, so who knows? I also like seeing Kaju stalking, I guess, her brother and his friends, hacking into his phone or remotely accessing his phone. That was pretty funny. Just overall, it was a fantastic episode and a wonderful way to close out the season. Another little favorite thing of mine was when I'm pretty sure she's the vice president, was fixing Zombie Senpai's uniform. She was mentioning how there's too many ribbons, and I have to agree, this is the second time they've acknowledged the fact that there are way too many ribbons on this uniform, and it's like impossible to do them up. That's why they never show anyone actually getting dressed, because it's literally impossible. But all that aside, now I guess I'll say a few words about this series as a whole. What can I say that I haven't said already? This series was phenomenal. Basically perfect, like a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. Forget it, it's a 10 out of 10 in my book. Flawless animation, flawless soundtrack, flawless openings and endings and all the music that goes along with it. Fantastic characters, amazing comedy at times, and outstanding, unbelievable drama. It's just, literally, it had everything that you could possibly want in a show like this. If I had to pinpoint what makes Losing Heroines special in particular, and not just all the superficial things I just mentioned, I think really it's the satirical nature of the story while also being super sincere. So this story is obviously picking fun at romantic tropes where there's always, in the case of like love triangles or more or bigger than that, love squares or dodecahedrons, there's always at least one heroine who loses because only one can win, unless, it's a different type of show. And in those kinds of situations, it's always the ones that you want to win that lose. Usually it's the childhood friend, like in Anna and Lemon's case. And the show takes full advantage of that premise by deconstructing almost romantic comedies. Because if you think about it, this show really isn't a traditional romance in the fact that none of the main characters get together with anybody by the end. It's all about falling out of love and not falling in love. The side characters all get together, their life is just peachy, but all four of our main characters are just screwed. Though, that being said, it does embrace friendship more so than romantic love, because once you've lost your crush, who do you have left to fall back on but family and friends? And this show really emphasizes that by having Nukumizu be like one of the best friends you can possibly have. He's just there in the background for support and to hear what you're saying and to occasionally say words of confidence. Except when he's, the main star of the show, and then it's Anna's turn to be that. I just really liked how they approached each scenario and each trope, and they not only deconstructed it, but also paid homage to it and fully went all in. This show did not go half-hearted on any single aspect. It went full power, basically, on everything that it tried to do. That includes the comedy, that includes just the characters and their relationships, and that includes, like, the drama, too. Like, seeing Anna... Anna was probably the least sad because she was the first one and the most stereotypical, but it was really poignant because she was the first one again. So she really set the mood for everything with how comedic everything was, but at the end, it was really heartbreaking in a way. And then it became uplifting in the end when she and Nukumizu became, closer friends. And then, of course, you have Komori, the romantic part of her story is not the most tragic stuff. It's her personality and how she sees things and her insecurities and her friendship with Nukumizu that is the core driving factor of her arc. And Lemon, she's probably the most tragic one. You can't get much more tragic than two people being mutually in love, but because they're scared to say anything and they're too dense, they basically pass each other by, and then one of them moves on and the other is forced to. But still, everything was just so compelling. Every single week, I look forward to tuning in and seeing one more episode, and I hoped it wouldn't end. If this show gets a season 2, and I think they're only like halfway through the light novels that are currently released, so I think they have room for a season 2. I hope it does. I really do. It would be a shame for it not to, even if I have to wait a couple of years. But if it gets a season 2, I will be the happiest man in the world. And then, I guess the final thing I'll mention before I leave is that the side characters were really good too. Every single character had some form of depth behind them, even if it was just like an extra gag or a sincere moment that wasn't funny, or for serious characters, a funny moment that wasn't sincere. Everyone was at least multifaceted in some way, and the main side characters, I guess you could say, were even more so. Every single one of them was amazing, and I don't know, some of them I didn't like, but not because they were bad characters, but because I didn't like them as people. But still, it was nice to see the side characters getting together, even if that destroyed our main characters' love lives. Alright, well, that being said, I don't want to end off because that would mean that it's truly over, at least for now, but I'm going to have to. So hopefully I'll see you in whatever series I review next. I really liked Losing Heroines, and bye. So far, definitely Anime of the Year material.